Hello everyone, Carlos Flores, back on basics. So before we begin this video, subscribe to my YouTube channel, Back on Basics 9985. Hit the notification button so you can get notified of any new videos that come on board. If you have any topics, any questions, any suggestions, or anything that you want me to give you my take on, put it in the comment section. If for some reason, and I get it, right? Some of these topics are personal to you and they're very specific sometimes. If you want to connect with me on other social media platforms, by all means, on Facebook, you can search for me, Carlos Flores Jr. On Instagram, you can search for me by typing in @Back on Basics. On X, formerly known as Twitter, you can also type in @Back on Basics. So today what we're going to talk about is mental health. That's one of my favorite topics because you know what? Mental health drives the machine that makes you go forward, right? It creates that momentum. It creates that compounding victories that eventually will lead you to your goals, to your dreams. Like for example, remember how many times have I said this to you? That, well, actually, I want to thank the 180 subscribers. Again, slow and steady. I'm okay with that. I am being realistic. I'm in the here and now, and I realize that psychology, life balance, preparing kids for education, special education. I mean, those are not sexy topics. I mean, in this day and age, I mean, even I get caught watching shorts that are funny, that are interesting, people trying different things. I get it. But I also get that everybody needs this channel @Back on Basics 9985 at some point in their lives. And so, again, I'm creating a library so that way you will be able to not only utilize them yourself and do the topics, watch the videos over and over and over again, share them with your family members, share them with your friends, share my YouTube channel with everybody. My goal is to reach over 1 million people, over 1 million subscribers. And so, and again, the channel's not the sexiest. I mean, I'm not going to be dancing. Well, I'm dancing right now, but you know what I mean. And so, but I will give you the knowledge that I've gotten in my life span, my 40 plus years in school, my work experience. I mean, I will give you everything. And the thing is, remember what I said again, I'm not going to charge you for this. I'm not going to do memberships or special memberships, monthly dues for extra stuff. I'm not going to do that because I want you to have every single one of these videos. So that way you'll be able to watch them whenever you need to, whenever you want to. And remember, right? You can watch them on your laptop, just like I'm recording on it right now. You can watch them on your phone. You can watch them on your tablet. You can watch them on your smart TV. Again, right? We have to make sure that you're utilizing them. Because, again, mental health is very important. Mental health is up and down and up and down, up and down. I said that. Watch my 2 shorts. I've actually done 2 shorts, one in Spanish and one in English, about being in the right mindset, being focused mentally and physically. And then I've done 2 shorts on Instagram, and they also move over to Facebook, by the way, and X, so you can see them across the platform. But I recorded them specifically for Instagram. Those are super micro bites because, man, 30 seconds, on Instagram. I mean, it's my greeting, and then I only have like 15 to 10 seconds to go into the topic. But I talked about doing things that you already do, but in a more uh, effortful way. That means that you're doing it on purpose because you know that you get results when you do that. So, for example, when you're listening to music, that was yesterday's shorts and that was yesterday's video, right? It changes you. I mean, it makes you focus. It makes you get moving so that you can do activities. You know, it's interesting because I've hit a plateau. I'm actually right around maybe 215, 214. I still haven't gotten my goal. I did hit my goal of 205. I haven't hit my goal of 200 yet. I'm still on my way because you know what? It's not a goal that will come and go. It's a goal that will stay with me for the rest of my life. I want to be healthy. I want to be able to make sure that my body can actually last as long as my mind does. And so again, you have to look at it from different perspectives. So when we talk about mind-body balance, it means, right? Remember, go back and watch my shorts. With the mind, it means crossword puzzles, Sudokus, games, board games, video games, whatever gets you thinking, right? Music is another thing. Whatever music gets you moving here, because I bet you that a lot of your memories that you don't remember are certainly attached to the five senses, right? It's attached to your olfactory, which is your smelling, right? It's attached to your hearing, right? They're attached to your tasting, your taste buds. It's attached to your touching, your tactile. And so there's many different ways. I know it's the fifth one. I'm trying to remember. I'm being honest with you. I mean, it's been one of those roller coaster days today. So it's amazing what the mind can do when you can bring up memories from where you don't even remember. I gave you my example when I was 3 or 4 and my godmother was involved, my parents were involved, and I still see the pictures in my mind. I still do, because my memory is attached to a memory tag that deals with a very embarrassing event. It is what it is, right? That's how I remember it. So, I mean, having a sharp mind, mental health means mind-body balance. Mental health means that you keep on kind of looking at yourself and giving yourself a scan, right, from top to bottom, and seeing, okay, is there anything that hurt? Is there anything that I'm dealing with that is making me anxious, or is making me nervous, or it's making me shut down, or is making me talk some more? Again, you have to look at things that way. You're the only one who knows yourself best. Remember, I've said that. Your support system can actually give you different perspectives that comes from you, but essentially it's you that will make that decision. And that's the reason why you need to be in the present moment. Like right now, I'm in the present moment. I'm very present moment. So, you know, what I'm doing is, remember I told you, I'm trying to be healthy, both mind and body. I've been playing games. I've been reading a little bit. There's actually a book that one of the teachers at my last elementary school gave me. It's called, I think it's called Blood River, Blood on the River, and I'm gonna read that. So that way I can get, so that way I can get focused. So that way I can do that. You know, I write poetry. I love writing poetry. For example, right? I'm going to read you a poem that I wrote, and I actually did a video on this. You can go look. There's a video on this as well, but I'm going to read you a poem that actually helps me normalize not being okay, or being an outsider, or being broken. And that's what it's called. It's called broken. So bear with me. I'm sorry, I have so many pictures in here. I gotta look through them so that way I can do that. Let me look. I apologize. So there's a lot of different things that I have, and one of them is that poem, but for some reason I can't find it. I think it's towards the beginning. But anyways, I'm going to give up. I don't know by heart. I wrote it 2 years ago when I was doing... Nope, that's not it. When I was at high school in the nearby city. Oh, here we go. So, all right, here you go. I wrote this. And the story behind this is this. I wrote it because there was a female student that didn't have a lot of self-esteem. She wanted to be in relationships a lot, and she would go above and beyond to be in relationships because she felt like nobody understood her. And so I wrote this poem, and I brought it to class, and I showed it to her, and then I actually read it to everybody else because I get it. We're all broken. So here, it's called Broken, okay? So it says, at times, I'm not sure how I got here because I am broken. Life has included terrible events, so I am broken. My dreams don't often make sense because I am broken. I watch people around me act as if everything is fine, but they are broken. My parents tried their best to raise me to be respectful, even if I am broken. My education has taught me how to deal with being broken. One of my life goals is to make sure people know it's okay to be broken. I am the person in front of you that will support you when you feel broken. It's okay to be broken. So I wrote this 2 years ago. I have a video where I posted and everything. But in a sense, is what I'm talking about. A lot of the times, we don't know how to talk to somebody that we really trust within our support system, our family members, or our good friends. So that way, you can get a different take. Because if you're always in your head, then it's only you, yourself, and you. I can't say I, because it won't be I. It's kind of like when homeless people, and I've said this in a previous video, it's when homeless people get homeless for the first time. And they have this pride that they're not going to get to the point where most of the other homeless people are. But as months go on, and they have to be on their own because they don't have a support system all the time, because they can't speak to somebody all the time, because they're living from place to place to place all the time, then they actually start talking to themselves. I know you've seen that. They actually talk to themselves, and that's the only way that they can kind of gauge what's going on in the world today. But unfortunately, they're trying to get a perspective from themselves. And what happens when you do it from yourself? More than likely, it doesn't work. Because again, right, you are asking yourself how to deal with an issue. where you know how you deal with the issue. But when you have a mental health, it's hard to comprehend. And until you start listening, like some homeless people start listening to themselves, and they just run in circles, and they get worse, and they get deeper and deeper into homelessness, and it's sad. So with me, right? You still need a support system wherever you're at, whether you're at home, whether you're at work, whether you're homeless on the streets, you still need a support system, because you need somebody to tell you that you're wrong. Somebody to tell you that, hey, you're heading in the right direction. You're heading forward. And so again, it's bouncing off ideas off of somebody else that sees you but doesn't have the same experiences, the same exact experiences. Remember what I said before, even twins don't have the exact memories, because guess what? One is born, then minutes later the other is born. There's a gap now. That's minutes in gaps. They're totally different. You can dress them alike. You can have the same hairdo. You can have the same haircut. You can take them to the same classrooms. But guess what? They were different since they were born, because they were born not at the same time. And even if they were born at the same time, even if that were something that was possible, they would still have differences. We may be alike in our internals, like our chromosomes and some of our characteristics, but believe me, there's a little twist in everything, because we're all different human beings. We all look at life in a slightly different manner, and that's what I mean. It has to curtail to you. I'm giving you the general specifics of psychology, of counseling, of life coaching, and other topics. And also making myself available through other social media outlets is for you to get personalized questions answered. And some of you have started doing that, and I applaud you, because you're taking it. So that way you're asking personal questions. I'm more than happy to do that. Again, that's what I said I would do. So, but a lot of the times we just keep it here inside our minds, and we're not in the here and now, because we're reminiscing because of the past, or we're living in a dream world that is beautiful, but that's not real. Remember, I used to do that when I was in high school. I used to listen to music, and I would just tune out. I would have conversations with the people that did me wrong, or I would have conversations with somebody that I needed to have a conversation with. But then my mind would think and say, "Oh, it's done. That conversation is done. We need to move on." So some of those things in high school never got completed, never got detached, never got a resolution. And so, it's interesting. Our minds are interesting. And that's the reason why I say that our minds and our mental health are kind of like a roller coaster that goes up and down. But being in the here and now will make things easier, will make you focus, will make you make decisions with no past life experiences, what ifs, or anything that you regret, and it won't make you move way into the future, so that way you can build a world that doesn't exist. But you want those things to happen. You wish those things to happen. You pray those things to happen. High school, middle school, believe me, I didn't talk to much people, because a lot of the times I would do them when I was listening to music. I had those conversations, and I'm being very honest with you. That's why I'm telling you. I'm honest with you, because you're part of my support system, and I'm part of your support system as well. And so I want to make sure that something's get out of your head, you stay in the here and now, and then you make decisions that way. So, bottom line, mental health, life balance, good communication, mind-body balance, they're all important. Mental health is important. You don't want to get to a point where you need to talk to somebody for real. You don't want to get to the point where you're thinking some very, very, very negative thoughts. You don't want to do that. And if you are, feel free to reach out to me. Again, I'll give you my take on whatever it is. I'm not going to give you therapy. I don't do those things. As a life coach, I've done therapy before, so I can give you some suggestions on things, and I can listen, and I can regurgitate the things or repeat what you said, and kind of give you kind of like a generalized plan specific to you. But again, you are the one that's going to make the decision to move forward. You are the one that's going to take every small victory and compound it on top of each other until you get enough momentum to move forward and get to your goals. So, subscribe to my YouTube channel, Back on Basics 9985. Hit the notification button so you can get notified of any new videos that come on board. If you want to connect with me on Facebook, look for me, Carlos Flores Jr. Search for me that with my name. If you want to connect with me on Instagram, type in @Back on Basics. If you want to connect with me on X, then the same thing, type in @Back on Basics. Till next time, remember, you are the person that can be here and now, and the person that can make the best decisions for you. Back on Basics.